Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Senior Health Guard channel, your home for sharing the secrets to living a healthy and joyful life every day, specifically tailored for those of us aged 60 and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, living in the U.S. or other Western countries often involves a lifestyle centered around driving or sitting for long periods, leading to a sedentary lower body. This results in a common condition that I believe many of you watching this video are experiencing: stiff hips, lower back pain, and sometimes even digestive or blood sugar issues. Today, I want to introduce you to a golden key in yoga. The name might sound a bit strange or even childish, but it possesses incredible therapeutic power. This is the frog pose, known in Sanskrit as Mandakasana. Now, when you hear frog pose, you might worry, do I have to jump like a frog? Or, my joints are so stiff, how can I possibly do that? Please rest assured. In today's 12-minute video, we won't be performing any complex acrobatics or intense flexibility stunts like athletes. We will focus on the therapeutic version of the frog pose. This posture helps release pelvic tension, improves hip flexibility, and, most importantly, offers a wonderful variation to massage the internal organs, supporting those dealing with diabetes or digestive issues. Please prepare a soft mat and, most importantly, bring one or two thin blankets or a bolster. We'll need them to protect your knees. Now let's get started. Understanding the frog pose. Before we begin, I'd like to clarify a few things so there's no confusion. In yoga, when we talk about the frog pose, there are two main variations we focus on. The first is the hip opening Mandukasana. In this version, we place our hands and knees on the floor and gently slide the knees wide, creating that classic frog-like shape. This position directly targets the inner thighs, the groin, and the hip capsules, areas that tend to tighten the most after years of sitting in chairs, cars, or on sofas. When these tissues stiffen, your movement becomes smaller, your steps shorten, and even simple tasks like standing up start to feel heavy. The second variation is the abdominal massage, Mandukasana. Here we sit back on our heels, press the fists into the abdomen, and fold forward. Traditionally, when this version has been used to stimulate digestion, support blood sugar regulation, and reduce constipation by gently massaging the internal organs. It is powerful, but it must be done carefully, especially for older adults. In today's video, we'll focus mainly on the first variation, the hip opening frog, because hip stiffness is one of the most common and overlooked problems I see in patients over 60. When the hips lose mobility, the knees and lower back are forced to compensate, and that's when pain begins. By restoring gentle movement here, we often see improvements throughout the entire body. I'll still show you a safe, modified version of the abdominal massage pose at the end, so you can decide if it's right for you. Now let's talk about why this pose is so valuable for the 60-plus age group. First, improve mobility. Looser hips mean smoother walking, easier stair climbing, and less effort getting in and out of chairs. Second, back pain relief. When the hips can move freely, the lower spine doesn't have to overwork, which often leads to noticeable relief. And third, emotional release. In both traditional medicine and modern mind-body science, the hips are closely linked to stress and tension. Gentle hip opening can create a surprising sense of calm, helping both the body and the mind feel lighter and more at ease. Safety and props. Before we get into the movement itself, let me say this clearly as your doctor. Safety always comes first, especially with the frog pose. Protecting your knees is non-negotiable. I see many people try this pose on hard floors or rush into it without support. And that's exactly how irritation and joint pain start. You should never perform this pose directly on hardwood or tile. And for many adults over 60, a thin yoga mat alone simply isn't enough cushioning. Your knees deserve more care than that. So let's talk about how to set yourself up properly. First, blankets or large towels. Fold them thicker than you think you need, and place them under your knees. The goal is comfort, not toughness. If you happen to have yoga knee pads, that's wonderful, but towels work just fine. Second, a bolster or a stack of pillows. This goes under your chest or elbows to support your upper body so you're not straining your shoulders, neck, or lower back. Remember, this is a restorative pose, not a test of endurance. Next, yoga blocks. These are incredibly helpful for controlling how deep you go. If you don't own blocks, don't worry at all. A couple of sturdy books can do the job perfectly. Place them under your elbows or chest to limit the range and keep the pose gentle and controlled. Now, a very important medical note. If you've recently had knee or hip surgery, or if you're dealing with sharp or acute pain in the groin area, please skip this pose for now. This is also true if you feel pinching or pain instead of a mild stretch. In those cases, I strongly recommend checking with your physical therapist or healthcare provider first. Listening to your body is not weakness, it's wisdom. Step-by-step guide. Restorative frog pose. All right, let's do this together, slowly and comfortably. I want you to think of this less as an exercise and more like a gentle check-in with your body. There's no rush, no pushing, and no prize for going deeper. The goal here is safety and relief. We start in a simple tabletop position. Kneel on your folded blankets so your knees feel fully supported. Place your hands on the floor with your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Before moving at all, pause. Take a calm breath in through your nose and a slow breath out. This small pause tells your nervous system that you're safe, and that matters more than people realize. Next, very gently begin to widen your knees. Move slowly, really slowly. Slide them out only until you feel a mild stretch along the inner thighs. You should never feel sharp pain or panic in the joints. If your floor is slippery, keep control so the knees don't slide out suddenly. Think ease, not effort. Now let's talk about the feet. If you're stiff, new to this, or just want the safest option, keep your big toes touching behind you. This is often called the tadpole version, and I recommend it for most seniors. It reduces stress on the hips and knees. If your body feels comfortable, you can turn the feet outward so the shins are more parallel. But always flex your feet. The moment you feel knee discomfort, go right back to the easier version. That's not failure. That's intelligence. Next, bring in your bolster or pillows. Place them in front of you and slowly lower your elbows or chest onto the support. Let the cushion carry your weight. Lightly engage your lower belly so your lower back stays supported, not collapsed. Finally, we rest. Stay here for 1 to 2 minutes. Breathe slowly. With every exhale, imagine tension gently draining out of your hips. Mild stretching sensation is okay. Pain is not. You're doing this to heal, not to prove anything. Bonus variation, abdominal massage Mandukasana. Now I want to share one more gentle technique for those of you who are concerned about digestion, bloating, or blood sugar control. This is called the abdominal massage version of Mandukasana. I like to think of it as a quiet conversation with your internal organs. Nothing aggressive, nothing forced. We begin in Vajrasana, also known as diamond pose. Sit back on your heels. If your ankles or knees feel uncomfortable, please don't push through that. Simply place a rolled towel or small cushion under your ankles or between your calves and thighs. Comfort is essential here because tension defeats the purpose of this pose. Next, gently make fists with your hands, keeping your thumbs tucked inside. Place those fists on your abdomen, one on each side of your belly button. This area is soft tissue, not bone. We're not trying to jab or press hard. Think gentle, steady pressure, like a firm but caring massage. Now take a slow, deep inhale and lift your chest slightly. As you exhale, begin to fold forward from the hips. Move slowly. Let your fists sink gently into the belly as you fold. Your forehead can touch the floor, or you can rest it on a pillow or folded blanket. There is no need to strain your neck. Once you're in position, simply breathe. Slow, deep breaths in through the nose and long, relaxed exhales. This pressure, combined with breathing, stimulates the digestive organs and gently massages the pancreas and stomach. Traditionally, this pose has been used to support blood sugar regulation and relieve constipation. From a medical perspective, it may help improve gut motility and increase awareness of abdominal breathing. Hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds, then slowly come back up on an inhale. Very important reminder, never do this on a full stomach and skip it entirely if you've had recent abdominal surgery or active abdominal pain. Used wisely, this can be a simple, calming addition to your routine. Safe exit. Let's talk about how to come out of the frog pose safely. This part is just as important as the pose itself, especially for older joints and muscles. Your hips and inner thighs have been in a deep stretch, and if you rush the exit, that's when cramping or strain can happen. So please move slowly and deliberately, almost like you're waking the body back up. First, place your hands firmly on the floor. Use your arms to gently push the floor away and lift your upper body. Don't yank yourself up. Think smooth and controlled. As you rise, take a calm breath in. This helps the muscles transition out of the stretch without tightening suddenly. Next, very slowly slide your knees back toward each other. There's no need to rush this step. Bring them in bit by bit, paying attention to how your hips feel. If you notice any tightness or cramping starting, pause for a moment and take a breath before continuing. That small pause can make a big difference. Once your knees are together, I recommend transitioning into child's pose. Sit your hips back onto your heels and let your forehead rest on the floor or on a cushion. Your arms can reach forward if that feels good, or rest alongside your body if your shoulders prefer less effort. Stay here for a few breaths. This position gently relaxes the lower back and allows the hips to settle. If child's pose doesn't feel comfortable for you, there's another very good option. You can lie flat on your stomach, stretch your legs straight back, and gently rock your hips side to side. Keep the movement small and slow. This helps release any remaining tension in the hips and groin. Take your time here. Give your body a moment to reset before standing up or moving on. Gentle transitions protect your joints and help your practice feel calm and restorative. My dear friends, today we explored the frog pose together, and I hope you felt just how powerful this gentle movement can be. Even though it looks simple, its impact on senior health is truly meaningful. The most important thing to remember is this: yoga is never about copying a pose from a picture. It's about listening to your own body and respecting what it tells you. If your hips feel stiff, use more blankets and support. If your knees feel uncomfortable, stop, adjust, prana or rest. That's not a setback, that's smart practice. What really brings results is consistency. Just a few minutes a day or 3 to 4 times a week can help improve flexibility, ease back tension, support digestion, and bring a calmer, more relaxed state of mind. Small, regular efforts add up over time. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to hit the like button. I would truly love to hear from you, so please leave a comment below and share how you felt after today's practice, or ask any questions you have. In our next Senior Health Guard video, we'll continue with another gentle exercise to support hip and knee health. Take good care, stay consistent, and be kind to your body.